How do I define myself and what I do? I'm a YouTuber transition to a boxer. I joke around a lot, don't take anything too serious, but boxing showed a whole different side of my life. I'm Slim Albaher, I'm 29 years old, and I'm the most dangerous influencer boxer, baby. When I was younger, I always loved entertainment. I was always the center of attention. I was the class clown in high school, goofing off. I was a social person, you know? While I was studying, I realized I had to have a social life, and I was a very social person. I loved being around people. I loved entertaining, and it just wasn't for me. So I started YouTube as well at the time. I found success doing daily vlogs. At the time, daily vlogs was the big thing, around 2016. So when I started making daily videos, vlogs every single day, people liked my personality, and I grew a little fan base there. And from then, I got the opportunity to jump into YouTube boxing against a YouTuber named FouseyTube. We built up this fight for 2 months. Me and Fousey went face to face in London, and I was screaming in his face, and that clip went everywhere. We get in the ring. And he gets landed right, big right hand, but Slim returns 1-2. I beat him so badly, which I feel bad for now, but at the time, it's wow, I couldn't believe, I didn't know I was capable of this. I had been training boxing for a little over 2 months. That was my first ever fight. From there, I fell in love with the sport of boxing. I genuinely fell in love. I became obsessed because I still had people saying, oh, Slim, you fought a punching bag. You really think you owe that? In my head, I'm like, damn, this is what guys really think about me. They see me as some joke. So that made me go in the lab and work even harder, train even harder. But there's this guy that stepped up to the plate named NNA Productions from Dubai, and he had 3 million subscribers. I ended up beating the kid in 30 seconds of the fight. I stopped him in the first round in 30 seconds. I'm going back to the locker room. I'm really excited. People are congratulating me. But I go back to the internet and I'm getting trashed. So I ended up fighting another guy, Embiid, who's from the UAE. I flatlined him. The guys in the mainstream YouTube world saying, oh nah, still, he's feeding his ego, fighting bums, yada yada yada, saying all this stuff about me. The doubt kept fueling me, bro. Everybody just talking down on me. So I was like, you know what? I just get back to the lab and I trained harder. And the person I wanted to fight was a guy named Ryan Taylor. We go to the press conference, and bro, I was surprised the amount of hate I got when I entered the venue, to the point where every time I tried to speak on the mic, I wasn't used to it, but throughout the press conference, I was getting used to it. So I fed up the energy, and then I started clowning Ryan Taylor a lot. I started clowning him, I started taking over the press conference, and I think I hurt his feelings in that press conference, because when I went back to my hotel lobby that same day, I bumped into Ryan Taylor in the lobby, and he shoves me out of nowhere. He literally just shoved me out of nowhere, mad hard. He's twice my size, this guy. I flew and fell to the ground, I got back up, I was angry, and I sized him up a little bit. And he grabbed me in a headlock, and he squeezed the crap out of me. When he squeezed me in a headlock, I'm like, damn, this is real. This is a big turning point. And then the first Mr. Events pop out. 2 weeks notice against a 6'4" southpaw Brazilian guy, 1-0. When I'm doing this face-to-face, I'm in the room with my team. Face Temper arrives, but he didn't come by himself though. He brought Ryan Taylor with him as well. And when I saw him in the room, it just got my blood boiling. I knew if I had to make something out of myself, this is the moment. I fought for 2 rounds, hard for 2 rounds, and I knocked Temper out. Right hook, across the chin. Everybody instantly switched their opinion on me, messages from kids saying, yo, I'm a skinny kid. I started boxing, I'm in the boxing gym because of you now. It's a beautiful thing. Hearing that, when I hear that, it really touches my heart. But I wasn't done there after that fight with Temper. I still wanted to tell the difference with Ryan Taylor, because this is a 4 months build-up, my whole family saw me got jumped on camera. I said what I had to say, he said what he had to say. It was time to back up all the talk. We fought, I knocked him down the second round, I beat him every single round. Most people, after a real rivalry like that, people will not forgive the person. But me being a Muslim, I'm I've been through a lot with Ryan Taylor. I know he jumped me. I know he cussed out my family. He said the most unforgiving things. But I want to make a statement, and I kind of want to teach a lesson to the young kids out there that are beefing. Life is too short for the beef thing. And I forgave him. I shook his hand. I'm like, Ryan, I forgive you, bro. I wish nothing but the best. And I show nothing but love. The feeling you get in a sprint, that's what you get in a fight when you're tired. You get your brain used to pushing yourself when you're tired like that. So in those moments when you need to dig deep, you dig deep. You don't quit. You keep going. You keep pushing. Show the world what you're made of, man. I want to make them respect me, and I want to show that with hard work, no matter where you came from, what world, if you really put your mind to something, if you train hard, you take it seriously, you study the game, you can do anything. And that's what I want to prove with my story. I'm just a regular skinny kid from Brooklyn, New York. Don't let doubters stop you from what you want to achieve in life. That's it. So my training sessions during fight camp, I train twice a day. I'll train twice a day, and then I'll end it off with a run. The way I prepared myself for Sal Papi was, I really got ready, man. I trained really hard. Pad work, bag work, sparring. I wouldn't just spar guys I beat up on. I spar guys that beat me up. You know what I mean? I spar higher level guys. That's what it is. I take boxing seriously. I do everything a pro fighter gotta do. There's always something you can work on and get better. And I know that. And I know it's a very serious and dangerous game, so I take it very seriously, you know? I joke around a lot, but I ain't a joke. I like to clown around a lot, but I ain't a clown. My coach is a Hall of Fame boxing coach, you know? So he trains world champion boxers. So I'm getting the same treatment as them. Like he's looking at me, he's like, yo, I'm not training you like no influencer, I'm training you like a real fighter. That's what he tells me. Baby. What are you looking at, Unc?
Come here. Don't you understand time consumption?
Sit down, come.
Don't y'all understand that?
Uncle. Missed you, man.
Uncle!
The small council of misfits, they got together, they put the pressure on the internet. Slim vs. Sal Papi, and the fans were going crazy. Sal Papi was another rising superstar in the same company, Misfits, knocking everybody out. Like my coach even looked at him fight, he's like, yo, this guy fights. He's not a YouTuber, he actually fights. If I make a mistake with this guy, I'm gonna get knocked out. Fight day is always the scariest thing, I feel like, you know? I felt a lot of pressure on my fights. I did 6 fights in, 4 knockouts, you know? But the Sal Papi build-up was something that everybody was excited for. They got real boxing promoters talking about, like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's like, Slim vs. Sal Papi is a magnificent fight. I know the whole world is gonna be watching this fight. Everybody, it was making millions of views before the fight night. I just keep thinking of what's gonna happen every single moment. And the craziest part I feel like in a fight is when the zone team comes to you and they knock on the door and they're like, your walkout is next. That's the craziest feeling. It's like, it's real life now. I'm walking out, my adrenaline's pumping crazy. Everybody's like, Slim, let's go! Let's go, Slim! Let's go! You just hear the crowd screaming, like, and here I'm on the biggest stage, on the zone boxing, on the prime card. Millions of people tuning in, watching. I'm fighting on pay-per-view as the co-main event against Sal Papi, this Filipino superstar. And everybody expects me to knock out, but I'm locked in. Bell rings, first round starts. Salt was coming out to try to knock me out, like the first round. But I fought safe. I knew he was a counterpuncher, so I had to be patient and let him be the aggressor. He was winning the first round. Second round, I started finding more success in the inside, you know, throwing uppercuts. Every moment in the ring that happens, every punch thrown, you hear the crowd screaming. Third round comes around, I found way more success. I started landing my right hand a lot that whole round. I knew I was starting to catch up with him because he started slowing down and I was picking up. And then when the fourth round came, I caught him with a straight right down the pipe. So beautiful in the first 10 seconds of the round. When the bell rang, it was the craziest feeling ever, man, honestly. Like, it's one of the best feelings I ever had in my life, and I fell in love with it, man. It's made me love boxing so much, you know? I can't imagine where life's gonna put me in 3 years, you know? It's kind of hard to say, but I see myself continue dominating the boxing game and transitioning. I want to transition into the real boxing world, I feel like I see guys like Jake Paul. He's a guy just like me. He's a YouTuber. He was a YouTuber that transitioned into pro boxing. The fact that I saw him do that, I'm like, if Jake Paul could do this, my mind says like, I could do this too. I want to keep taking it seriously and keep leveling myself up and see where I can go in the game, you know? But 3 years from now, I still see myself knocking people out. I'll take any opportunity against anybody who's more experienced than me. And if they say I can't do it, that might just fuel me more to do it again.